Hello, my friends, and welcome to Yoga by the Moon. I am here to guide you through a special solar eclipse practice, and my name is Michelle. The solar eclipse will be taking place on September 21st, this coming Sunday. And even though, yes, it's the solar eclipse, all eclipses involve the moon, so we are going to take the energy of that practice, of that particular event into our practice today. And I'll tell you a little bit more about what will be happening with the moon and how we'll be embodying that in this practice. September 21st is also the autumnal equinox and the holiday of Mabon. We are wrapping up eclipse season now. We are ending Virgo season. And all of these things are culminating into the harvest, the autumnal equinox, Mabon. The chaos of eclipse season has been profound, but we have spent our time nurturing ourselves, tending to ourselves, releasing, creating space. And in doing so, we now can reap the rewards of eclipse season. We can harvest the abundance for ourselves. We have the space to take it in now. It is no accident that Virgo season is ending with this eclipse while the moon is positioned in Virgo. That pure sense of who we are, that pure spiritual nature that Virgo has, is reaching its peak within ourselves. We can find that peace and purity in ourselves and that calm. We can use Virgo's energy of focus and careful consideration. Virgo asks us to plant seeds of intention. And just like we do with the harvest, after we've gathered all of the goodness, we plant new for what's to come. And now we have space to ask ourselves, what do we want for the rest of this year? What do we need for the rest of the year? How do we envision the future for ourselves? We can plant seeds of intention in our hearts and our minds to let this unfold with Virgo's energy. Mabon is a witch's holiday, and it is about gratitude and giving thanks. So we can take the energy of that part of this celebration to give thanks and gratitude for every moment, every situation that has brought us to where we are today, because we have released all of the things that are no longer in alignment with who we are. But everything that has happened up until now has led us to where we are and who we are. So we can thank all of it for bringing us here and helping us move forward. In a solar eclipse, the moon eclipses the sun. And the sun is our representative of our masculine energy, while the moon is representative of our feminine energy. So in a solar eclipse, with this particular part of wrapping up eclipse season, the feminine is dominating the masculine. So we can ask ourselves, where can we be softer? Where can we smooth out some edges? Where can we be gentler and kinder? Whether it's inward or external. Eclipse season allows us to give us that pause, and this solar eclipse especially allows us to draw inward and find peace after all this chaos. Now with Virgo, there is that attention and that focus. And since we are finishing Virgo, we're going to tap into that a little bit, bringing in a little bit of heat and focus into our bodies. But we're also going to tap into the spiritual nature of Virgo, the softness of a solar eclipse, the presence that harvest season and autumn, as it is upon us, asks of us to be gentler with ourselves, to turn more spiritual and calm. So we're going to balance out the heat with some calm energy in our practice today. And as we begin on our mat, we are actually going to begin in a reclined position. So you're going to lay on your backs on your mat. And as you do so, you're going to make your legs in the shape of a diamond in a reclined butterfly. Your heels can be close to your bum or far away, whatever is comfortable for you. If you want to rest your hands on your thighs just for a moment to kind of feel that gentle hip opening, let gravity do that work for you as we sit here just for a moment and relax. To bring in this energy of the solar eclipse and that focus of intention that we are trying to use today to set intentions for the rest of our year, how we would like that to unfold for us. And to plant these intentions, we will bring focused attention on our breathing in something simply called anchoring breath. We are going to anchor into the position of our belly as we breathe. So we'll bring both hands to cover our belly for a moment. And as you breathe in slowly and deeply, feel your hands being gently pushed away by your belly as your belly expands. And when you can no longer take any more air in, slowly exhale and release, and feel your hands being pulled into your body as your belly draws in. We'll take 4 more breaths together like that. Inhale, slow and deep. Feel those hands pushing away. Exhale, again, slow and deep. Feel those hands being drawn in. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Inhale. Exhale. Slowly let it out. And as you do so, your hands can come down on either side of your hips, palms facing down. Now we're going to keep our knees wide, but we're going to bring our feet to plant on the floor, but you're going to kind of still butterfly or let your knees out just a little bit with your feet planted. And then we're going to do 4 bridges with these butterfly legs real together. So on an inhale, we're going to slowly lift our tailbone to the sky. Legs stay open, coming up to your shoulder blades. Exhale down your spine, all the way down to your tailbone. Once again, 2 more like that. Inhale, lift your hips to the sky. Exhale, slowly, vertebrae by vertebrae. Release back down. 1 more. Inhale up. And exhale down. And this time we're going to release our legs all the way to the bottom of the mat. Take a nice, long, full body stretch, making yourself as long as possible, and then relax down into a sort of Shavasana position. And now we're going to take our right shoulder and pull it down towards our right hip while we're still laying down. Our arms are going to go back overhead. Your right hand will grab your left wrist and pull it over towards the right. in this kind of reclined crescent moon stretch. If you want to deepen the side body stretch, you can take your left ankle and cross it on top of your right towards the right bottom corner of your mat. In this gentle side body stretch, feel the release. Notice the stretch. If there is too much tension, back off a little bit. One more breath in. As you breathe out, find yourself positioned centered on the mat once again. We are going to repeat that on the other side. This time we're going to drop that left shoulder towards that left hip. Arms raise overhead. Left hand grabs the right wrist this time, pulls the right wrist towards the top left side of the mat. Sorry. My yogi directions once again. And if you wish to deepen the stretch on this side, simply cross that right ankle on top of the left towards the bottom left of the mat. And breathe. One more breath in. As you breathe out, find yourself positioned centered on the mat once again. Now we're going to be bringing some heat into our body. So we're going to lift our head, neck, and shoulders off the mat. And as we do so, we are going to bring our knees up into a tabletop position on the mat. Take your hands, bring them behind your head. As you do so, we are going to do some crisscross abs. So our left elbow is going to be brought to our right knee as we outstretch our left leg. Inhale. Exhale. Right elbow to left knee. Inhale. Keep doing this for a few breaths on your own time, your own cycle. Bringing in some heat to the body. Focus. Taking those last juicy bits of Virgo, especially as the moon is positioned in Virgo, to purify the body, activate the digestive system. One more on either side, wherever you are. And this time, grab the back of your thighs and slowly roll like a ball as many times as you would like. And when you are ready, we're going to come all the way up to hands and knees, tabletop position, flat back, knees under hips, hands under shoulders, neck in a neutral position. On your next breath in, we're going to drop our belly to the floor until our gaze turns upward. Exhale, round through that spine, arching your back like a cat. Couple more like that in your own breath cycle. Articulating through the spine, finding some fluidity. And then on your next breath, come back to tabletop. We're going to walk our hands a little bit in front of us, and on our next exhale, come up on your toes and then lift those hips to the sky, bringing your heels towards the mat. If they don't touch the mat, that is okay. Just create this upside down V in your downward facing dog. On your next inhale, we're going to lift our right leg to the sky. Exhale, bring that right foot forward between your hands, as many steps as you need to take to get there. And as you do, we're going to spin our left heel down towards the bottom right corner of the mat, planting that foot. And then we're going to rise up with a bent knee on our right knee, facing forward, hips forward, arms up. Warrior one. Strong posture here. We're going to take this posture and keeping those arms straight, but we're going to bring them back and behind us as we tip forward into a humble warrior. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, humble warrior. One more round just like that. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, humble warrior. When you're ready, turn your gaze towards that foot. Your arms still behind you. Shift your weight into that right foot. And when you're ready, if you're ready, lift that left heel off into a warrior three. Maybe you stay here. Maybe you drop your right hand down. Oop. See, if you fall, your yoga mat will catch you. Lift your left hand to the sky. Slowly turn your hips to the left side of your mat into a half moon posture. And as gracefully as you can, bring your left foot back down to meet the right in a forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, flat spine. Exhale, forward fold. Plant those hands. Step back to plank. And you can either lift right up, back up to a downward dog, or tilt forward on your toes. Drop down to your triceps. Press on up, upward dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. That will be the only chaturanga of the practice. But now we have to repeat that other sequence on the left leg. Inhale, raise that left leg to the sky. Exhale, left foot between your hands. Spin your right heel down to the bottom left corner of your mat. Bend into your left knee. Arms overhead, warrior one. Inhale, exhale, bring those arms straight behind you as you tip forward. Humble warrior. Two more like that. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, humble warrior. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, humble warrior. Shift your gaze and attention to that left foot. Maybe step the right in a little bit to prepare. And when you're ready, launch that right leg into the sky for warrior three. Maybe you stay here. Maybe you drop your left hand down. Maybe you use a block like I am for support. Open your hips and your chest slowly to the right side in a half moon posture. When you're ready, right foot meets the left in a forward fold, and I'm going to turn to the side to show you what we're going to do. You're going to plant your hands, bending as generously as possible, heel, toe, your feet out wide, toes pointed outward, heels pointed in, into a gentle, wide-legged forward fold. Bend your knees as much as you need to so you don't lock out through those joints. Feel a nice release in your lower spine, a nice release in your hips, and breathe. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, when you're ready, heel toe those back in just a little bit. Bring that booty down into a yogi squat. Once again, if that's not comfortable, you can bring a block underneath your hips or a pillow and sit up on that. Wherever you are, keep a long, tall spine. Use that grounding energy of Virgo, the calming energy that the moon is bringing in the solar eclipse. Breathe. you are ready, we're going to sit all the way down on the mat. Legs straight in front of us. Tall spine, creating an L with our body. Plant your hands outside your hips, pulling your chest towards the ceiling, keeping an aliveness in your feet like you're trying to step on the wall in front of you. In Dandasana, staff pose. You can release that tension in your feet just a little bit. We're going to bend the right knee, and you can either keep it planted just as it is, bringing that knee in close to your body, or you can cross that ankle over your left thigh. Wherever you are, reach your right hand behind you and bring your left arm up and over on the outside of your right leg in a seated knee to chest twist. You'll feel a nice release in that outer hip, in that lower spine. Twists again are very good for Virgo, very good for attention. Breathe. One more breath in. Slowly unwind. If you have those legs crossed, bring that right leg next to the left. Take a moment, shake those legs out. And when you're ready, inhale and exhale, bring that left knee in to your chest. If you wish, you can cross that left foot over your right thigh. Reach your left hand behind you. Raise your right arm, bring it to the outside part of that left thigh. Twist on the other side. Feel the release. Feel the settling, the winding down. One more inhale. Exhale. Unwind. And this time we will slowly make our way onto our backs, keeping those knees bent. Heels wherever is comfortable. On your next inhale, before you do that, if you wish to have your block close by, you might wish to use that, or a pillow. Again, you don't need anything fancy. You can just have a pillow. But we're going to inhale and lift those hips to the sky like we did in that butterfly bridge. This time we are going to stay up here. Make sure that you're crawling those shoulder blades together and down. If you wish, you can rest your hips on that block or pillow in a supported bridge posture. Opening our hearts to those intentions, to that goodness we are harvesting in abundance, to our desires for the future. Bringing that inward stillness to our lives. This cycle of the astrology wheel, this cycle of the year, this autumnal equinox asks us to start drawing inward, being more spiritual. And this posture allows intrinsically in your body to start being more spiritual and relaxing. One more breath in. As you breathe out, if you had that pillow or block underneath you, please remove it. Lower that spine. We're going to lift our legs back into that lying tabletop like we did before. We're going to cross our right leg on top of our left, like you're sitting in a chair cross-legged. If you wish, you can keep them like that, or you may double wrap your legs and bring that right leg back underneath the left foot once again. Wherever you are, we're going to take our hips towards the left side of the mat. in an eagle legs twist. Maybe you open through that right wing, look over the right shoulder, or look up at the ceiling. Just find release in your hips and spine. One more breath in here. Breathing out, shift those hips once again, untwist those legs. This time crossing the left leg on top of the right, maybe wrapping that left foot back underneath into eagle legs once again. And this time shifting that eagle legs wrap to the right side of the mat, opening up through the left shoulder. Maybe you look over the left shoulder, maybe you keep your gaze up to the ceiling. Just using that last purification energy that eclipses bring us, that Virgo brings us, that the moon in Virgo is bringing us to purify ourselves as we enter this spiritual season. One more breath in. Breath out as you slowly untwist and make your way into a Shavasana, laying down in a comfortable resting posture. And I will take you through a guided meditation for this solar eclipse. Imagine that slow ecliptic motion of the moon over the sun. Allow the experiences of your life, where light has been eclipsed by darkness, to come into your awareness. Notice what arises in you as you have the awareness of these times in your life. Hold these feelings without judgment, with compassion. Invite the ways that you've grown since these experiences and events and that time to slowly turn this darkness into light and let the eclipse pass over. Cycles of light and dark are natural. Eclipses happen often in the sky, in our lives. When we tolerate the tension that comes where darkness meets the light, we follow the path of inner peace. When we can hold space for that tension, we create space for peace. We extend love and light from within. Love and light grows in that space, and we can give in abundance to ourselves, to those we care about, to those we don't know. We allow the chaos surrounding eclipse season to anchor us as we did with our anchoring breath. When we have this peace and love and light, and it brings us the abundance promised by that chaos. Take one more moment and recognize that moon covering the sun, that feminine embracing the masculine. Those two energies feeding off each other to create this beautiful spectacle. And find ways where you can create that same energy within those masculine energies that we have, those strong energies of maybe anger, of protectiveness. Find ways where that feminine energy of nurturing and tenderness and caring can eclipse it and harmonize with it and create something beautiful in you. Both energies have strength in their own ways. Both have harmony. And when you allow them to work together and create that something beautiful within you, you can extend that beauty outward. Hold that thought for one more moment. Plant those seeds of intention in your heart to find that balance within, to find what will allow you to be more authentically you as this season unfolds. When you're ready to release that thought, turn over to one side slowly. Use your hand to gently lift you back up to a comfortable seat. If your eyes are closed or your gaze is soft, maybe you slowly flutter those eyelids open. I want to thank you for finding yourself here with me today. I hope that you are able to find balance in all of these energies, in all of the space we have created, allowing Virgo to move in our lives, allowing eclipse season to bring us that peace and abundance. And I hope you're able to plant those seeds of intention in your own life, and I hope you carry that forward. Above all, I hope you carry the peace and love and light from my heart to yours. Namaste. Next week, we will be in Libra season, and we will start with that first quarter moon practice in Libra. So stay tuned, and happy autumnal equinox. Happy and blessed Maybon.